Wanted to believe it was his imagination, but his instincts whispered a darker truth. Determined not to panic, he took a slow step forward, the sound of his boots echoing unnaturally loud against the linoleum floor. The hallway stretched ahead like a tunnel, the broken fluorescent lights overhead buzzing faintly, flickering on and off as if the power itself was struggling to stay alive. As Marcus advanced, he felt the temperature drop. A chill seemed to seep out from the walls, crawling across his skin and raising the hairs on his arms. He tightened his jacket around himself, but the cold wasn't normal. It was the kind that didn't just touch your body, but seemed to press into your bones. He raised his flashlight again and swept the beam across the cubicles. Papers lay scattered across some desks as though workers had fled in the middle of their day, coffee cups still stained and dried, computers long dead, yet positioned like they were waiting to be used again. But nothing stirred. No figure stood at the end anymore, trying to calm himself. Marcus reached for his radio, the only connection to anyone outside. He pressed the button to call in, his voice low but steady. "Control, this is Marcus. I thought I saw someone on the fourth floor, checking it out now. No confirmed activity yet." But instead of the usual static crackled reply, the radio hissed with a distortion he hadn't heard before. It wasn't static. It almost sounded like faint whispers, overlapping, as though dozens of voices were trying to speak at once, but none clear enough to understand. He pulled the radio away from his ear, staring at it in confusion. And just then, the sound stopped. The silence returned, heavy and suffocating. Marcus swallowed hard, putting the radio back on his belt. He told himself it had to be interference, maybe from the building's old wiring. But just as he convinced himself, a noise came from behind him, soft, dragging footsteps echoing down the hallway he had just walked through. He spun around, flashlight beam slicing through the darkness, but the hallway was empty, completely empty. No doors had opened. No one was there. And yet the sound had been so close, so clear, like someone was deliberately following him just out of sight. His pulse raced faster as he backed up toward the stairwell, the feeling of being watched now so intense it was suffocating. That was when he saw something that made his stomach drop. On the dusty floor, just a few feet behind where he had been standing minutes earlier, were fresh footprints. Not his own. These were longer, narrower, and they trailed off into the darkness of the hallway where the figure had been. Marcus felt his knees weaken. The building wasn't just empty. Someone, or something, was walking these floors with him. Marcus stared at the